first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Giants.
Saquon Barkley, 78 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Rosas true blue on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
57, 57. Check 43. Check 52. 52 jet bomber. 52 jet bomber.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Wentz. Underneath for Johnson.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Down the man inside. Down the man.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. Even.
Hey, zoom. Turn now.
Operating from the gun, Jones. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
8 read.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Jones now on first down. Open man completes it to Butler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Look at me.
Now Jones. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Ready, break.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Ready.
From the gun, Jones. It's complete to Grant. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now Saquon Barkley. Oh, look at the juke. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
86 to me.
Throwing Jones. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And on third and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And he finds his man, that's Butler. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Stepping up, he's going to, and he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Tyrod Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, box truck, box truck. 27, 27. 27. Woo-hoo.
Both 7s are mine.
Now Wentz finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Here's Wentz to throw. Looking deep for Hilton, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
82, 82.
Now Wentz again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. Jabril Pepper is on the coverage.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Sunday.
SOS. Check nickel. Alert flare.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Eagles nothing.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check, check, check. Hey, check 24, check 24.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Solid. 80 weapons.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Sunday.
You got tape.
Wynn's going to try and throw on 3rd. Looking deep for Hilton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a Bases clearing double it.
Looking for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Go. 280.
47. Push him back. Push him back.
Empty.
Joker. He's checking.
Topper.
Switch gears.
Kill. Check.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about... Last week, 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Johnson. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go. Johnson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive starts with a completion left side, and he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones, operating from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Here we go. 60 out more.
Let's go, D.
Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing again. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
46 down, man, 5-4.
47's the mic, boy, 47. Check. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 47's the mic.
To throw, it's Wentz. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Winston's pass intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Set 18 Gator. Get that quarterback and up. Hey.
Get him, you got him. 56. Mike.
Get it.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Everyone got 4 down.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Rosa's kick is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 33. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
152 fighter.
Good dash. Go.
Fight.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. 56. Mike, 56.
Hey, Echo.
56. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception.
And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Point after try forthcoming. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
That didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
Back to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 33 yards that time. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Rush in. Rush in.
Hey, bunch. General West.
Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
58 for Mike. All day, dog. Kill. Say.
Throwing now is Wentz. It's Williams on the catch. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
You better. Let me go right now. Go. Hey. Protein spill. For Tokyo.
58, come on.
Here.
65.
Bunch.
Wentz now on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Check 24. Slam.
You're out.
Tighten up.
Haywood. Snap.
2nd and 10, it's McSorley. And the catch made by Johnson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch your slap. Watch your slap. Kill. Check 9. Check 13. Check 13.
Wins to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Let's get it.
Break.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Being chased out left. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 13.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
That's complete to Butler. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
That's it. Big hit.
Back to throw. Jones, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And he finds his man, that's Sweeney. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Wentz now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
You gonna see me and you know. Go. 56, Mike.
Ready?
Now Jones operating from the gun. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Grant. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something."
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Well, now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will bump the lead up to 26. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A big play there for Philly. 47 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hey. 58, boys, 58. 58's Mike. Say go.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Hey, watch the slant. Shoot.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Now it's Barkley. Able to slither by. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season.